This is Brandon Estenis, and I'm going to explain the basics of the extension system for OpenMRS Frontend 3.0. So let's say that we're trying to implement this. There's a box on the screen, and three things appear in it, A, B, and C. There's a normal way that we would implement that, where we create a file for each of the things. So here's a file for A, and we create files for B and C, and then we create a file for box, which imports A, B, and C from their respective files, and then uses those directly in the React tree. But what if we don't want box to have to know about A, B, and C ahead of time? In this case, we should use the extension system. The first thing we need to understand is that a slot is a place and an extension is a thing. So the box is a place. And all it says to the system is, I'm named box. A is a thing, and all A says to the system is, my name's A. And then anyone, anywhere, any piece of code can say that A goes in box. This piece of code can be in box, or it can be associated with A, or it can be neither. It can be somewhere else entirely. So how do we create an extension slot? How should we implement box? Same as before, we'll have a file called box, which exports a React component, but this time the component, instead of rendering a tree of all the things it knows it's going to render, only renders the special React component extension slot. On the extension side, we have things A, B, and C. We'll implement A, B, and C exactly as before. The component files will be exactly the same. However, we'll add to index.ts a definition that informs the extension system that an extension exists. That'll tell the extension system what the name of the extension is and how to load it. And that load is just a reference to that component. There's some boilerplate code that goes in there. You'll see it in the code. Now, how do we bring these things together? Attachments are created between slots and extensions. We can create an attachment simply by calling the attach function, which specifies the name of the slot and the name of the extension which are to be attached, or we can include the attachment in the slot or slots property of the extension declaration in index.ts. Either way, the extension system will render those extensions into that slot. This way, the component that contains the things, box, doesn't have to know about the things that it's supposed to contain ahead of time. The things can be brought in separate packages altogether, and turned on and off as needed. Check out the next video to learn how extensions and slots can pass information to each other.